Hey guys, what's up? This is Dr. Rashonda Jones Jackson, and I just wanted to come on real quick and give you guys a wisdom bite or food for thought. Something that God has been dealing with me with on a personal level, and I think it will be beneficial to you, so you need to stay tuned. This video is going to be about how to respect money, how to respect the dollar bill. Okay, so in order for you to be successful in business, you have to learn how to respect money. Money has to be respected, okay? It has to be revered, okay? When I say that, I know that sounds kind of funny, but the Bible says that money answers all things, okay? So it is a legitimate desire for us to have it because there's some things that we need answered. For instance, if you have money, you can go to the doctor. If you have money, you can get something fixed in the house. You can get your car fixed. You can have daycare for your children. You can have a roof over your head, shelter. You can have a car to drive and not be walking out in the rain. So money does answer things, but unfortunately, a lot of times we don't respect the power of money. So what we do, okay, in our lack of reverence to having this money, we spend it. And we spend it without wisdom. And this is something that God has been personally dealing with me with. The Lord has been telling me, I need you to learn how to respect money. Because if you don't have it, then it places you in a different space. Okay, in a different place for need. And whenever you're in a place of need, you're in a space of pressure. Okay, and when pressure's built over time, it will consume you. If not consume you, it could cause you to be sick, depressed, burdened down, or have all of these other side effects, all because you're under pressure. Because now that the money that answers all things, you don't have. If we always succumb to our old mindset, our old principles, our old strategies about the paper dollar, the ideology of a dollar, then what happens is we remain poor. So a lot of us are not poor because we don't have money. We're poor because our principles are wrong. The paradigm has to shift in our minds where we understand how to respect money, how to respect the position of money, how to respect harvest and profit, okay, and investment. And because we don't have those principles, because no one taught us, now we're in limbo. We're in a cycle of always being in lack. And then the first thing we say is God hadn't come through, or tithing don't work, or, we come up with these other concepts. And really, in all actuality, we really have had positions of wealth. We spent it. So now that you don't have it, the pressure's built. Now that you can't answer all things, you can't get the things done that you need done, you can't find a way out of no way, then you're applying pressure to your life that doesn't need to be there. So the Lord keeps telling me, I need you to respect money. Okay, let me explain something to you. The dollar bill within itself, okay, is not a value. Okay, so I know this sounds like a contradiction or oxymoron, but let me explain to you what I mean when I say that. The dollar, okay, is a way of exchange. Okay, so within itself, it's nothing. It's just paper. But when you use it as a means to exchange for something that you need, then it becomes a currency. Okay, so now that it is currency, it has power, it has position, it has value. All right, so when you're working, you're not working for the dollar, you're working for things. You're working for the things that you need, okay, or the things that you desire or you want. Okay, so with that concept, let's go a little deeper. So you have currency, you have the dollar, and then you have capital. Okay, capital is, okay, when you exchange the dollar for an investment, something that you invest in for it to bring a return. then it becomes capital. This is where you get into business. Or this is where you get into the analogy of harvest, sowing and reaping. Okay, this is what the equivalence of capital is. All right, so now that you understand that there's need for the dollar to exchange it for a harvest, or exchange it for something that you need, which is becomes a currency, then you have to calibrate your thoughts to understand what is a necessity and what something is that you can do without. Because we live in the world and all of us like instant gratification. Okay, so instant gratification is something simple as going in the store and buying a pair of shoes that you want. You get an instant gratification behind that. But let me show you something. When you purchase it, okay, you have this dopamine that's released in your brain, and you get, this good feeling. You just excited all about these new shoes that you got. And watch this now. As soon as you get them home, that dopamine is gone. So that high that you got is over. So now you left with a $200,000, $300,000 pair of shoes sitting in the closet, and your self, or that quick gratification that you got, that feeling is gone, and you broke. So you just utilize your dollar as a currency to make someone else wealthy and rich, and you have no capital. You don't have anything invested. You don't have a harvest to look forward to. What you have to do now is go back to work. What you got to do now is get overtime on your job. So now what you're doing is you're still overspending, because time is money. So whenever you got to get more hours on a job just to make up ends meet, then you're double spending, which means you're putting yourself in a deeper hole. At this point, you're taking your time that you could be utilizing strategies to gain wealth to work on another man's job to make them more wealthy. Okay, so we still haven't gotten into a place where we're creating capital, where we are creating wealth, where we're getting a profit behind that one paper dollar. So this is the concept of respecting money. And this is what God has been trying to teach me. So before you start your business, you're going to have to recalibrate the way that you process money, the way that you think. Because if you start a business and it becomes successful overnight, all you're going to do is use your old mindset, which is called a poverty mindset. It's the mindset of poverty. And a lot of us we're bound by this principle of poverty. If we always succumb to our old mindset, our old principles, our old strategies about the paper dollar, the ideology of a dollar, then what happens is we remain poor. So a lot of us are not poor because we don't have money. We're poor because our principles are wrong. The paradigm has to shift in our minds where we understand how to respect money, how to respect the position of money, how to respect harvest and profit, okay, and investment. And because we don't have those principles, because no one taught us, now we're in limbo. We're in a cycle of always being in lack. And then the first thing we say is God hadn't come through, or tithing don't work, or, we come up with these other concepts. And really, in all actuality, we really have had positions of wealth. We spent it. If we sit down and think about how much money we spent in the last year on food, clothes. When I say food, I mean like fast food, not like you budgeting, but on things that was unnecessary. You probably would see thousands. You would see more. It probably would make you sick on habits, like cigarettes and alcohol and things. And I'm not judging anybody, because all of us have weaknesses. But what I'm saying is, if we add it up, it will blow your mind of how much you were in possession of, how much money you really had over a period of time. You understand what I'm saying? So my point is this: you're gonna have to shift some things in your head. This is what the Lord told me, because in order for you to gain success, the respect for the dollar has to come into play. Change your strategy about spending money. You're going to have to change how you view instant gratification. Would you prefer to have the Louis Vuitton shoes and spend $1,200 on them, or take that same $1,200 and make it capital? Make it a seed for harvest. Place it in a ground, in something. It's called investment. So I'm just using different terminologies for understanding. Invest the $1,200 for you to double that or even triple that. Then listen, not only do you have the shoes that you can get later, okay, you will also have a profit that you reinvest or resow or to create more capital for your business. And as the Lord is teaching me these things, it's not even rocket science. I sit back and think, well, why? I wonder why I didn't get this in my 20s. I sit back and I get frustrated with myself because there's so much waste. I can think about so many things that I've wasted. So much time that I wasted, so much money that I wasted on quick, instant gratification that only lasts for minutes, sometimes an hour or a day or two, when I could have been in a place of financial stability at this point in my life. Now that I'm just now getting it, my paradigm is shifting when it comes to money and finance and business. I'm at the latter part of my life, and it almost frustrates me to even come to this understanding. So the whole point for this video is to get you to think about what you're thinking about. It's to get you to calibrate a thought when you get ready to spend this money. Because what I'm doing now, everything comes in seed form. Let me say that real quick. Everything is seed form. Whether it's a baby, whether it's humanity, whether it's a job, whether it's a conversation, whether it's word, everything is a seed. So what I'm doing now is speaking or sowing seeds into your mindset, into the ground, the hollow grounds of your mind, trying to excavate and dig out old thinking. I'm sowing a seed in your spirit so that when you go to spend the money on something that you can wait to get, you can use this word to correct behaviors that will place you in a position where you can start investing and gaining more finances. So I just wanted to give you guys that for free. The Lord told me you need to learn how to respect money. You need to stop disrespecting the gifts that I give you. It's just like the principle or the parable in the Bible where the man gave some of the servants different gifts. He gave them gifts, and he came back later to observe what they did with the gifts that were given. And one particular guy in the text, he didn't do anything. He went and hid it because he was too afraid to invest in the gift that was given, and he didn't capitalize, and he was pretty much cursed, because the owner felt like, if I gave you something to bring me back a profit and you decide that you're not going to use it, it's a slap in my face. So I'll put the scripture right up in here somewhere, but it's a parable that brings very good principle to the concepts of life. God gives all of us purpose. He gives all of us gifts. We all have talents. We all have intellect, the ability to think and reason. We have these different gifts, and we're not using them at all, or we're using them at a very small capacity. And when God comes back, just paraphrasing from this particular text, if he were to ask, what did you do with it? What did you do with the ability that I gave when I blessed your hands to do computers and to be able to do graphics? What did you do with the ability to do makeup? What did you do with the gift that I gave you to do hair? What did you do with the gift that I gave you to speak or to sing? Or what did you do with these things that I gave? What did you do with your money? I gave you gift. I gave you the ability. what did you do with the money that I gave you? I gave you the job. I gave your body the health to be able to work it. What did you do with it? Did you spend it? Is it in your closet? Is it out there? Are you driving it? What did you do with my gifts? What did you do with it? And a lot of us ain't gonna have a good answer. So we're in a season now where God is retraining us to respect money, to respect the gifts that he gives. Not only gives tangibly money, but gifts of strategy, gifts of people. People are gifts. What did you do with the gift? Did you respect the gift? Did you love the gift? Did you give to the gift? Did you spend time with that gift? With that child, with that husband, with that loved one, with that mother, with that father. These are gifts. What did you do with it? So basically, I just wanted to give y'all that for free, so you have something to think about. Think about what you're thinking about. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you're perceiving and how you're processing life. Think about it. Think about it with an open mind. Don't think about it with the intentions on debating this principle or this wisdom. Receive it. Be conceptual. Okay, receive it in and think about it and question your own actions to see whether or not you can make change. Okay, not to dispute what I'm saying just because you want to debate, but to see whether it is beneficial to you. It's just like eating food or fish or something with bones in it. You take the bones out, you digest the food. This is what you do with it. So I just wanted you guys to feel pretty much like I feel when God is telling me, don't spend that. Don't buy that. Invest that. Give that. Tithe that. Spend more time over there. Be careful, because I'm going to ask, what are you doing with the gifts that I gave you? So this is Dr. Rashonda Jones. You guys make sure you subscribe. Make sure you guys are hitting that bell for notifications to let you know whenever I upload a video. Follow me on all social media platforms: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.